Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, victorious ones. It's your coach Monica, y'all. It's 5 o'clock, or a little after 5 o'clock on this fabulous Friday. Early this morning, as I was meditating, praising, thanking, clearing my brain, talking to God, I said, God, can you please give me a motivational word to release unto your victorious ones on today, into my heart? And this was what God said unto us on today. He said, we need to filter out the static. I'm going to repeat it to y'all. God is saying unto our hearts on today that we need to filter out the static. Think about static like on the radio when you changing the radio station. In between some of those radio stations, you hear that, right? What I went to thinking about static in our life, that's things maybe in our past that people may have said to us that honestly hurt us. They say words don't hurt, but they do. They do, especially when it's coming from somebody that we trusted or relied on, no matter who it was. Words do hurt. They bite. And oftentimes it is part of our brokenness when we decide sometimes to say or think, I'm going to say that, we think we can't become better because that static is in our heads. Especially as God is rebuilding us into stronger vessels for him. And I was listening to a song yesterday. It's crazy how God will connect the dots as I asked him what can I release unto y'all. I was listening to a song yesterday, and in a part of the song, it said this. God is, of course, is the potter, right? Because he's made all of us. Think about whenever you have a pottery or a piece of pottery, and you put it in the fire. It becomes sturdy. It becomes its form, like this vase right here, for instance. If that was put in the kiln, I believe it's what it's called, it becomes hard. But then if I take that glass and I were to throw it on the ground, it's going to shatter into pieces. That's the same thing maybe that has happened to us in our life. God said, stop sugarcoating, just talk. That is maybe, or that is a situation in our life. A situation may have taken us and may have thrown us on the ground, life, for whatever reason. And we feel like we can't pick up the pieces. But then that's when God come into play. When we allow him to come into play, because it is a choice. He gives us free will. So we can't always be like, I'm so sick of this. I'm tired of feeling like this. Yes, it's okay to have feelings, and the feelings are valid. You're supposed to have feelings, and you're supposed to feel the feelings, right? Because that's why God made us flesh, right? So I'm not saying don't feel the feelings. Because if you don't feel it, you're going to tend to do things or gravitate toward things that is not going to help rebuild you. That thing is God. I've been there. I know this. And I still have to constantly use the renewal of my mindset to continue on my path, on my journey to remain healed. Because if you don't, you will get distracted by thinking that them broken pieces of that glass I just said, it gets shattered on the ground. That is so many pieces. And think about it. When you step on those broken pieces with bare feet, it's going to cut your feet. That's the same thing in our life. If a situation may have made you feel so broken, like that shattered glass on that ground, you feel like if you try to pick them up, it's going to break in your hands because you can't fix it. But that's not what God asking us to do on today. He asking us to let him be the potter, to rebuild them broken pieces back up, to form us in his hands, because that's what he wants us to do anyway. Y'all, it's never too late to become whole. It's never. And we're never too broken to allow God to fix those broken pieces, no matter what the situation is or was. It just takes us being intentional on our personal journey, our personal relationship with God for those broken pieces, to allow God to take those broken pieces, put it back in his hand, because he is the master potter, and he'll put you back together beautiful as if it never happened to you. You won't look like what you've been through. You won't look like what the world told you you couldn't do. And when I say this, I'm about to speak about me, but I wanted to resonate with y'all heart. Your coach Monica don't look like the broken so-called single mother that came out of a abusive relationship. Also a past divorce, out of a shelter with a suitcase and 4 kids in a town she never knew existed. She don't look like what she been through. Because she decided to let the master potter pick up them broken pieces to help fix her and become a new person. Was it scary? And is it still? Yes. Because I've had and I'm still leaning and trusting in God to help pick up those broken pieces. Because anytime I've tried in my past to pick up my broken pieces in my hand, all I was doing was cutting my own hand, thinking I could do it in my own strength and on my own power. Because of me picking up them broken pieces with my hand, y'all think about it in a spiritual sense. I was picking up broken things in the process. Broken relationships. Entertaining things that was not building me. Yeah. So all I was doing was bleeding over the broken pieces. Instead of allowing God to be God and instruct me to do what he needed to do. And yes, it was hard. Because I got in a season, y'all, it was in 2020. When I was like, God said, yeah. And I said, okay, this time I'm going to trust you. I'm going to stop doing it my way. And ever since then, he has been surpassing my hopes, my dreams, my goals. Because I've been intentional about doing what God needs Monica to do. In spite of anybody's opinion. In spite of. It has taught me so much about myself, y'all. It's taught me how resilient I am. Resilient meaning that you can bounce back from that stuff. And when I say cut off that static, that means you're going to have to cut off certain relationships. Think about it on the radio when you hear that. You turning that station quick because you're like, that's aggravating. Right? If it's aggravating or it's not building you or making you into a better person or serving the purposes of you rebuilding or becoming a victorious one meaning one with God, it's time to turn that station off. Whatever that station is for you. I'm not on here to condemn and tell you what you're supposed to do. You know what you're supposed to do. And if you don't, pray and get with God. Turn off the radios. Turn off the TVs. Yes, I said what I said. We be so absorbed with, I got to do this. I got to watch this. God be like, slow down and take a step back. Don't matter what nobody think. I took a step back yesterday. Me and God. Yeah, God said, use the time I got with you wisely. And that's what I'm doing. Tomorrow, I'm so grateful. I get to get on a Zoom session with my inner circle, our inner circle. Like, I call it my inner circle too. People that I love and God has, I'm so ready to see them. They're my brothers and sisters in Christ. So I get to see them on Zoom tomorrow, y'all. It's like going to be a family reunion or something. Yup, I'm so excited to see them tomorrow. Because although I'm not and we're not of this world, we have to still live in it. So we still have to be particular of who we let speak into our life. Everybody is not meant to speak into your life, Ashley. And I love you, my girl. And be okay with that. They can be blood family. Love them. But discern who's supposed to speak upon your life. People are trying to speak upon your life, and I have been a witness to this. And I'm not saying that they don't have the power to. But they'll speak stuff into your life or into existence that don't even line up with God. So be able to know what God is telling you that we are on today. He calls and tells us we are the head and not the tail. Yeah. That's what God say. We are created fearfully and wonderfully made. That way we don't need to fear people or things or objects, whatever, that try to tell us that we're not. Because God say we are. Especially when we in the hands of the potter. We ain't in the hands of the world. Not unless we allow them to. Come on now. Meaning we allowing people that are not aligned with the purposes and the callings of our life. And we all have a purpose. We all have one. Your purpose right now may be a season of healing and getting to know who you're supposed to be. Your whole self. That is a purpose. To be a better mother like me when I was in my season of healing, and still is, because I'm still healing and growing and evolving into the woman of God need me to do. I've had to know what I need to do to rebuild to become a stronger Monica, mama, daughter for God, in spite of my past or what the world may want to look at me as. God knew what he was doing. He put me in a place because he said, I need to rebuild you new, outside of anything you ever known. And he wouldn't let me run. I was the one running. But then he put me in that season, like I told y'all, in 2020. I was so heartbroken. But he said, you allowed it, Monica, and I did. Yeah. But he said, you know what? I'm going to allow you to pick up yourself, but you got to have to let me be the master potter. That's what God said to me. And ever since then, I've been rolling with God. Like, for real, for real. Not that sitting on the pew, praising God, leaving, and then out here, I talk to God no more. No, 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 no. Every day. Every day. Every moment. God is my best friend. Yep. He lead and he talked to me. And I'm so grateful that he has put the victorious ones in my life, a seed in my life, as a life coach to tell y'all the things that he resonate in my spirit and in my life to be able to feed y'all this stuff. Because sometimes you don't know when you're broken. But then God has sent y'all to the victorious one, just like he sent me to the life coaches that he sent me in my season of healing. But when I knew that was who I needed to be led by, including even my pastors, he brought people. I'm going to say that. And it was different from my usual. But that's when I was like, God, okay, you changing what it used to look like for me. So I need to go to the change. I don't need to go what look the same and ain't changing. That's what he's telling you today. Don't run from the new. Yeah, it's going to feel different because you're like, God, you lining me up with those type of people? Meaning those type of people are really intentional about living a better life and feeding you. You can see the fruit of their life, meaning you can see the realness of these people. Not them just telling you. Come on now. That's what I'm here for. I'm going to tell y'all the real. Because he's real and he with us. But he be telling us, I'm leading you and I'm guiding you to a better life. But it's your decision. So let's make the decision to continue on our journey to let the master potter fix us. He can pick up them broken pieces and he can fix it like you would never heard. I said what I said. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yep. Parts of you that you didn't even know was in you, including me, y'all. Didn't know I had this voice to help the heal or the brokenhearted through my struggles and my past and the things that God had me endure. I didn't know. But look at God. Look at God. So that's all I'm going to release on to y'all today. We need to let that static go. Stop listening to the static of even what we tell ourselves. And you know how we do that? By a renewed mindset. And I'm so glad I learned that through my mentor and my coach, Latoya Okia. I never knew this stuff. So now that I've come into the knowledge and I'm living it and it's manifested and I see the fruit behind that, I'm talking about fruit of peace. You can't pay for certain things in this world. So I want to be able to use the tools, the knowledge that I'm giving that's working for me to help y'all. God told me to build this group. He said, that's your mission now, to help other people now that you done been helped. I said, okay. God said, don't worry about how you talk. Don't worry about how you look. It ain't about that. It's about the heart he has given me. And I'm not going to let nothing destroy that because it's my choice. Because God has given me the power to have that choice. And he has given you the power too. Yeah, it's a new day. It's a new day. Y'all enjoy this fabulous Friday. Because God said to come on here early this morning. That's what we doing. First seeking the kingdom of God. First seeking him. Not our feelings. Not our circumstances. We seeking God. So y'all have a good day. If y'all have not subscribed to the YouTube channel, please subscribe. And y'all, anyone in the YouTube community, if you haven't subscribed to the Facebook community, I'll put all the links in both of the videos. Y'all have a blessed day, and I love y'all. Your Coach Monica. I'm signing off, y'all. Y'all rewatch this video if you need to catch a glimpse of what I was telling y'all, because God really told me that's when I needed to come on here and tell y'all on today. We're never too broken to let the potter pick up them broken pieces and fix us up as if we never was broken. He'll take them broken pieces and make us look prettier. Actually, y'all can even see on this vase. Think about it. If it was broken down. But look how pretty it looked if it were shattered, you know. Yep, that's the same with us. He'll take those broken pieces and turn it around for our good. Y'all be encouraged on the day and let God be the master potter. Not nobody else. They can't fix you like him. They can't fix you anyway. God can. I love y'all.